The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John. Glory to you, O Lord. A man named John was sent from God. He came for testimony to testify to the light, so that all might believe through him. He was not the light, but came to testify to the light. And this is the testimony of John. When the Jews from Jerusalem sent priests and Levites to him to ask him, "Who are you?" he admitted and did not deny it, "I am not the Christ." So they asked him, "What are you then? Are you Elijah?" And he said, "I am not." "Are you the prophet?" He answered, "No." So they said to him, "Who are you? So we can give an answer to those who sent us. What do you have to say for yourself?" He said, "I am the voice of one crying out in the desert, 'Make straight the way of the Lord,' as Isaiah the prophet said." Some Pharisees were also sent. They asked him, "Why then do you baptize if you are not the Christ or Elijah or the prophet?" John answered them, "I baptize with water, but there is one among you whom you do not recognize, the one who is coming after me, whose sandal strap I am not worthy to untie." This happened in Bethany across the Jordan, where John was baptizing. The Gospel of the Lord. Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ. In the midst of all the busy activities that are going on here in church at this time of year, I'm also a member of a family, a large family at that. I have 17 nieces and nephews from ages 8 to 30, and many of them are still young enough to have Christmas pageants and choral concerts and band recitals, all of them that they expect their Uncle Tom to attend. Now, it was a lot easier when I was assigned to a parish on the west side and lived closer to them, but over the years, it's become more and more difficult to drive out to Westlake for a 20-minute Christmas show. And on top of that, I started the foolish custom, when there were just 2 nephews, of buying them Christmas gifts. And now with so many with different ages and personalities, I'm starting to think I should maybe end that tradition. I really don't mind shopping that much. But the problem is every time I go to a mall, I end up buying things for myself and not getting anything on the list. And so this last Thursday on my day off, I decided I wouldn't put it off any longer. And so I made my way out to Crocker Park in Westlake, where I knew that I wouldn't run into any of you. So I'm going through this list and I am honestly grumbling to myself, the ultimate Scrooge, thinking about all these gifts I've got to buy. When I hear someone say, "Father Tom," you're Father Tom, right? From St. Dominic. I kind of stood there and thought maybe I could just walk away. Not admit it. But I look up and there's this lady standing there. I don't know who she is. And she says, "I know you don't know me, but I'm from Jesu, and I come to your church sometimes for Mass." And so she said her name, I met her, and I said, "Nice to meet you." And then she said, "I bet you're shopping out here because you don't want to run into anyone." That's right. And she said, "Well, I'm doing the same thing," she said. "My husband left me and our kids 3 months ago. And he said he didn't love me anymore. And I just don't want to face anyone right now. You've got a really nice church at St. Dominic," she said. "Merry Christmas." And she just walked away. I'm standing there with my list, and I'm feeling really guilty about all my grumbling. Realizing cheer going on, and right beneath the surface, so many are reminded of what they don't have anymore. I suppose all of us know someone who's struggling right now. And in the midst of all this darkness, in the midst of so many feeling lost or lonely or sad, the prophet Isaiah whispers this morning, "The Spirit of the Lord has sent me to bring glad tidings to the lowly, to heal the brokenhearted, to proclaim freedom, to announce a year of favor." For us Christians, the one who will bring the glad tidings to the lowly and the brokenhearted will always be first and foremost Jesus himself. Yet today's readings remind us that this same vocation of bringing glad tidings was carried on by Isaiah, was carried on by John the Baptist, and now is to be carried on by all of us. I think these readings remind us that the mission for us during this season is to bring that good news. Yet so often at this time of year, we forget about the brokenhearted. We're busy. We forget about those who are struggling. Maybe it's just too hard to reach out to them, too uncomfortable. Maybe it's a reminder of our own loss and we'd rather just not go there. It just seems a lot easier to buy gifts for the poor or to send a check to charity. After all, we really don't know those people. And although we give, I think with a spirit of generosity, there is a certain distance between us and the poor. John the Baptist announces, "The Lord is near, get ready." Yet for so many people, the Lord does not seem near. For so many, the Lord feels very far away. We are called, I think, to bring these people the message of the Baptist. We're called to be the voice in their desert. We're called to proclaim glad tidings to those who are brokenhearted. As you make your last purchases this week, keep all that in mind. Oftentimes, the best gift you can give someone is really just the gift of yourself, the gift of your awareness of their struggle. Is there a widow or a widower, a friend who got recently divorced, maybe someone who lost their job? Is there someone that you know that needs that gift? Is there a young person coming home from college, maybe after a really bad semester, or a high school kid who's going through a hard time in school? Do you know someone like that that needs this gift? Is there someone in your life who simply needs to know that you didn't forget about them? Each time we celebrate the Eucharist, Jesus gives himself to us through a piece of bread and wine, precious gifts that cost us nothing. He gives us an example of just giving himself. When you look at your Christmas list this year, who needs that gift?